also.
Yeah, originality, man. Originality. But speaking of originality, all the new guys bite off the old guys. So what's your take on new music today? Like, what is your opinion?
My opinions are, you know what? We won't go that far into it. No, seriously. I like the young artists. I like what they're making their money,
Yep.
which I have no problem with it. That's why we live in a capitalistic, society. But old school, and I'm not, not the golden thought process on that, but old school dealt with struggles.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so starting from where you came from, building yourself up to get to where you needed to be gotten to.
Yeah.
Social injustice, matters of that nature. We still had some fun songs, Get Jiggy With It, the Will Smith, which came out a little bit later, and we had some dance tunes that were before that.
Mm-hmm.
But remember what we just discussed earlier. Young artists nowadays are getting into the concept of more money, drugs, how to take them, how to do this and that. They're not given I would say a positive image for our young people, and it's not really given I would say a found base for society as a whole.
Yeah.
Whereas old school hip hop, you had that base, right? You had your political activists and a thing. So it
like
came
Tupac
from the street. And even before that, with all the boys, Public Enemy,
Mm-hmm.
even NWA with their site coming out from that way.
Master Flash.
And just it was always something that led up to it.
Mm-hmm.
KRS-One. I remember this. I used to play that for you all the time. You must learn. Go pushing forward with that way. But that's what I like about old school, because you can have the one that was joyful and go ahead. You want to go to a party. Yeah, you had your party mix, but the majority of our artists also had a word that had a voice that they were putting out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a way for especially for the African American community to get their point of view out to society, was through the music, and hip hop gave that avenue.
Yeah.
You got to think, for the last 2 decades, hip hop's been the top genre of music, pushing forward, and it's still evolving. But I'd like to see some of the new young artists get back to actually putting out a positive attitude.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying from that aspect. But we do have rappers now, like Kendrick and J. Cole, and people who are more like that activist type of rapper, where they're not just talking about, oh yeah, took this pill last night, like what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like there's and right now our like society for music of like rap music, that kind of hip hop, it's more of like there's such a disconnect between, like, there's like a half and half kind of thing. It's like half people talk about drugs, half people don't, and it's crazy. Like, and I mean, I don't know really what to think of it, but it's almost as if like I can be the same age as you. We can both be 26. We can both be rappers, but I can be Kendrick and you can be Lil Pump, and I could be talking about real life things and higher mentality type of music. You were talking about Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Nothing against that, but if make your money, do your thing, like that's awesome. I'm glad people are enjoying music and that kind of thing. But it's crazy, someone the same age, and I don't even know how old they are. But like
environment,
where
you grow up also affects what you're gonna talk about, what you're gonna sing about, what you're gonna rap about, what you're gonna deal with, what your background is. Mm-hmm. We talk about this all the time, how you were raised, how you were influenced. Your influence is coming through this way. So sometimes it's a gimmick just to make it through. Just like, remember that movie we watched, CB4?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If y'all haven't seen it, it's a movie that it depicts society in a whole. All right. The group was set one way, and then they had to put on a facade to make money. Mm-hmm. So they were just a bunch of guys trying to make some music, but they came out act like they were hard, and they took the name of an actual group that was out that way and came back. It's a whole little different concept.
It's a good movie. You should check it out.
But that's when they got their money, and that's when they got publicity. Is when they changed their appearance and their mindset, and that's what it comes to. Whatever you are, wherever you are from in society, where you grew up, what your influences are, that's going to kind of dictate and put you on that path.
Mm-hmm. No, I completely agree, and I mean, for me, like, growing up, I was born in '95, so I still had, I mean, you know that. I hope so. These people don't. So, I mean, I was born in '95, so when I'm younger and I'm watching music videos on TV and stuff, and you had Ludacris and all these kind of guys, like that was exciting for me. Music videos were awesome, like, that, like I said last week, like that was my favorite era for music, was early 2000s, right? Whether it's hip hop, R&B, whatever. So, I mean, this week I did a little thing on Twitter, a little tester. We did a throwback of the week. So I posted a poll, and with the poll I put 4 artists, and I let everyone vote, let the people vote, and they picked their favorite artist for that week and what they wanted to hear. So
You kept it a secret. What is it, man? Where we going?
So after all the votes were tallied and everything, and it ended up being T-Pain. And I mean, T-Pain, he's a legend. There's no way around it. He's a legend. He has too many hits to not be considered a legend. Everybody loves him. You could play a song now for a young little kid and they'll know the words because he's just popping still. So, and he's making a little comeback right now. But going through the songs and everything, I was thinking to shout out to Akon too. We did T-Pain featuring Akon as Bartender as our throwback of the week. Let's go.